Good morning. All this talk about washing our hands has made me think of a passage in the Bible in Luke chapter 11. And in this passage, Jesus goes to dinner at a Pharisee's house. And the Pharisee is surprised that Jesus doesn't wash before he eats. And Jesus makes this statement to the Pharisee. He says, "You Pharisees wash the outside of the dish, but inside you're full of greed and wickedness." We know from other passages in the Bible that sin does originate in our heart. So there are times in our lives that lend themselves naturally to self-reflection, to kind of do a self-check. And one of those times is in church at the end of the sermon when the pastor says, "Everyone bow your heads and close your eyes." That lends itself naturally to a time of reflection. When we watch the sermon on the TV, that is not always a part of the sermon, because there's not people there, of course, looking around. So when do we have these times of reflection when we're stuck at home? Well, you can, of course, have a time of reflection at any point, but there are things that we do in life that are kind of mindless tasks and that would also lend themselves to this time of reflection. And one of them is when we are washing our hands. So today we are going to do a recipe that is a copycat recipe of Satin Hands, and this is an exfoliating sugar scrub, and it uses something that you have in your home already, which is sugar. So we're going to take a half a cup of sugar and then a quarter of a cup of this dish detergent. It is Dawn Gentle Clean. This particular one is pomegranate and rose water. There is another one that is lavender scented, so you can have other scents in this as well. And we're going to do, as I said, a quarter of a cup of this. And when you start to mix this, you're going to think that you have too much sugar, but you will see as you keep mixing it, it does mix in, and it gives you a really good consistency. And if you can see, the consistency is kind of like a thick oatmeal, I guess you would say. And you can store this in a jar or a airtight Tupperware container. I have one here that's already filled. This also makes a nice gift. So if you're looking for a gift to add, this is a good one. So when you use this, you don't need a lot. Just take a little and rub it in. And this is sloughing off all of those dead skin cells, so it makes your hands really soft. It is an exfoliant though, so you do want to moisturize afterwards and use a hand cream. So once you have this rubbed in, then you can just wash it off. I do have some lotion back here, so a small amount of lotion to put that moisture back into your hands, and you are ready to go out your day. Have a good one.